Ursula Le Guin writes this. She says, for old people, beauty doesn't come free with the hormones the way it does for the young. It has to do with bones. It has to do with who the person is. More and more clearly, it has to do with what shines through those gnarly faces and bodies. So this is our true beauty, what shines through. This is our true refuge. And here's the thing, you don't have to be dying to sense what's shining through you. And this is why we do spiritual practice, so that we can discover this inner refuge, this spirit, this timeless, formless presence by opening to vulnerability as it unfolds in our life right now. And in Buddhism, there's a daily practice, a practice of daily recollections where we're on purpose remembering, okay, this body has the nature to sicken, to die. Our life has the nature that we lose all that we love. And remembering, really remembering, not just an idea, but feeling in our body helps to connect us with who we are beyond this physical form. So really the teaching is you're not what you take yourself to be. You know, we take ourselves to be this egoic self, but that's not who we are. We're more. Again, from Sri Nisargadatta, he says, realize that you cannot be born nor die. And with the fear gone, all suffering ends. You are beyond this bodily form. All major spiritual paths guide us to look at this truth of living and dying and the vulnerability that's here, and to discover that refuge, that formless, loving nature that's beyond. And it's entirely natural to get caught up in habits of avoiding vulnerability and avoiding impermanence. And like the Buddha, there's something in you that wants to open to reality, that knows you'll never be at peace unless you open to reality. There's something in you that wants to find that happiness and freedom in the midst, to really cherishing the moments. Okay, so in this closing practice, we're going to explore meeting the vulnerability of impermanence with a caring presence. And the name of the practice is Impermanence and Timeless Love. So take a moment, if you will, to find the way, the posture that'll be comfortable, where you can be awake and at ease. Letting your attention go inward. Feel yourself right here. Take a moment to scan through the body and see if something wants to let go a little. Perhaps there can be a little letting go in the shoulders, softening the hands, letting the breath go deep into the belly, softening there. And feeling this breathing body, relaxing with the breath. And sensing, as we did before, how it's all changing. The sensations of the breath, the sensations through your body, these words and the sounds around you, and how your life is changing, how you are changing. You might sense how you're changing, what's different now, what keeps shifting. You might be aware of relationships, the ones that are most important, aware of really what matters to you, and aware of how you're living your days. And as you view your unfolding life, just notice if there are places of vulnerability, places where you feel fear, sorrow, loss, perhaps a sense of unlived life. If there's a vulnerability that's asking for your attention right in this moment. And if so, trust this as a portal. And of course, if the feelings are too strong, if they feel overwhelming, at any time you can turn to loving kindness, resource yourself, call on love. But if you're able to attend, just honor vulnerability as your gateway. This is like recognizing and allowing it's here, let it be here. This is love, this is life that's confined and wants to realize its natural fullness. And you might sense what brings up the vulnerability. What is it your small self is believing? What are you believing is wrong or is going to happen? What's the story that brings up pain? And as you let that story be very close in of a loss that could come or a way you're not living your life true to who you are, missing connection, let yourself deepen investigating and just feel in your body where it is. You might let your face, your posture express what that feeling is. And deepen right into the center of that feeling. Very gentle. You might put your hand on your heart to communicate a kind presence with the vulnerability, inviting it to be free to express itself. It's as if you're saying, I'm here. It's okay. You can be here. You might sense inside that fear or sorrow or hurt what the longing is. If that place could express a longing, what is it most deeply wanting? You might experiment and whisper the words that come up. Perhaps its longing says, please love me, or I want to feel love. I want to feel belonging. I want to feel held. And whisper again from the deepest, most sincere place in your longing. And if it feels that there's a source that you're calling on, a parent or a spiritual figure or partner or formless loving presence, if there's a source you imagine you're calling on, just imagine that source. Whisper again what the longing is. Now imagine the experience that you're longing for. What's it like? What is it you're really wanting to experience, to feel, to trust in a very physical way? Is it openness, tenderness, vibrating, light, warmth? Whatever it is that you're longing for, allow yourself to experience it, that experience of connectedness, of loving, as if you're bathed in it. Let it permeate you. Let it permeate the cells, washing completely through you, and let it be as big as it is. If you're truly feeling that love or that connection, how big is that feeling? So letting go of any object and just fill your entire body and awareness and the space around you with that loving. And let go into it. Sense that this field of loving is the truth of who you are, who we are, the indivisible oneness that is our true belonging, our refuge. And if you bring to mind now different humans or non-humans, you might sense how all belong in this infinite heart space. Rest in this heart space. Be this unconditional, loving awareness. Know it as your true home. Once you know the way, the nature of attention will carry you here more and more to the indivisible field of timeless, tender presence. And please take a few full breaths. If your eyes are closed, you might open your eyes, look around, feel yourself right in the space you're in. And I want to thank you, friends. I want to thank you for your presence and your attention and your bright, beautiful hearts. Namaste.